Hi everyone. Today we are going to see the main components, very basic functioning of wellhead systems. First, let us see that why wellhead systems are important. What functions do they serve us? The first and foremost is that we need to suspend casing and tubings in the wellbore, right, for a long period of durations. So that is the very first function of wellheads, that they hang the casing strings and tubing strings inside the wellbore. Second one is we need to control the situation whenever there is a blowout or a kick. So in order to control this kind of situations, we need to install BOPs, and we directly just can't install BOPs on the top of our strings. We need a base, and that base in these cases the wellhead our serves as a base for a BOP in drilling, BOP while drilling, and Christmas trees while productions. The third one is that they allow seals to be made on the outside of each casing strings, and the fourth is also that they also provides the envelopes access, that we need to access envelopes in variety of cases. So wellhead system also serve these very important functions. Now, a basic wellhead system consists of a BOP Christmas tree as discussed, a wellhead spool, and a wellhead housing. Now, I have created a small animation in which I'm going to show that how these three works with each other. Okay, so let's see the animation right away. While installing surface casing, we don't need any wellhead component or BOP, because surface casings are not going into that much of depth inside subsurface. So there is not a huge amount of risk which needs to be handled. Now, when the surface casing is installed, when it is cemented, we fix a wellhead housing over there. We fix a wellhead housing on the top of surface casing. Now, this housing is used to support the weight of subsequent casing strings. And in this case, now next casing string will be intermediate casing string. So this wellhead housing will support the weight of intermediate casing, and on the top of this wellhead housing, we will install a BOP. Now, BOP has been installed on the top of this wellhead housing. BOP stack must be placed before the next hole is drilled. Now this BOP is hollow. This BOP has enough large inner diameter so that all the tools can be run inside the hole easily. So once the BOP is installed, it is pressure tested. It means like we need to test that okay, it is able to control this much amount of pressure, this much amount of risk. Okay. Now we will insert intermediate casing through this BOP. We will cement this intermediate casing, and this casing weight will be supported by wellhead housing, which was initially placed on our surface casing, right? Now intermediate has been set, its cementation has been done. Once intermediate casing string is set in place, cemented in place, what we now do is we will remove this BOP, and then above wellhead housing we will install wellhead spool, and then above this wellhead spool we will reinstall our BOP. This wellhead spool's function is same as that of wellhead housing, but what wellhead spool has, it has spool connection on upper as well as lower end, whereas wellhead housing has spool at upper end while the threaded connection at lower end. So because of this wellhead spool has spool connection on both of its side, it is easier to connect wellhead housing in its lower side and BOP at the upper side. And wellhead housing lower end is threaded because we need to thread the casing tubulars to this wellhead housing. So this wellhead spool supports the weight of next string of the casing, which will be generally the production casing, and the BOP stack which is required for next hull section is installed above this wellhead spool. So this is the basic this is not we are not going into much details, but this is how the system wellhead how the general very basic wellhead system works. I think you get the idea what I'm talking about. So thank you so much for watching this video. See you in next lecture.